Welcome back. I recently had the opportunity to sit down with Becky Schmooke, author of Choose the Handle That Holds, a book about leadership through a news lens and her experiences teaching others. Take a look.
Oh, we got this all wrong. We are like, we see leadership as a job title, and yet here we saw so many people with that job title unable to lead. When things got really, really hard, they fell apart. It's fun. So it's going with going to companies and working with people who are ready to just do things differently and learn how to lead yourself first.
Yeah.
I do, so I'm a long distance runner, and then I also do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And last January, so January 24, I got injured in Jiu-Jitsu, and I had this time available. And there's this concept in the book, which is based in Stoic philosophy, which is the least sexy of all philosophies and very misunderstood philosophy. But there's this kind of concept called amor fati, which is Latin for love of fate, like embrace your fate. Don't just take the hits, but get stronger for them. And so I got injured, and I was like, okay, like I now won't be going to class. I won't be spending this time doing jujitsu. What am I going to do with that time? And I've been meaning to write a book. I've been saying I was going to write a book for a long time now, and I decided I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to use my time.
You said you have some ties to Minnesota and Mankato. So kind of tell me about that and what you've done around the area.
Yeah, because otherwise it's really odd. Like, why do we have this gal from Iowa talking about her book? I'm with you. Okay, so my book, there's a couple, two really strong ties. One is the inspiration behind the kind of the book in itself, where it really started, came from a road trip I took when I was 3 years old. So, I was just thinking of writing this book way back then. But no, I used to spend the summers up in Minnesota with my grandparents fishing at a cabin. And because my grandmother's from Mankato, we spent a lot of time up in the Mankato area, and then we'd go further north to the cabins. First chapter of my book is called The Folly of the Wet Balls. And it tells a story, and it is kind of what you think, but it tells a story of my a time when I was up with the Vikings and changing my presentation the day before to adjust to the fact that they had just lost to the Chiefs and Justin Jefferson. I got injured. So it was that year in that game, and going in to talk with those rookies, it's been such a privilege over the years to get to know them and get to be there during, some interesting and really memorable times. And what I do with them is talk to them about leadership. This whole idea of it's a lifestyle, and for them, they're rookies. Like, you're coming in, like, how are you going to be a leader? Because you don't have the authority and the power, Mattea, that we like often associate with leaders.
Right.
But leadership is outside of those things. And that's the really neat thing about being a leader is you don't need the job title.
Yeah.
And you really should never depend on it to lead. The key to being a good leader, I would say the most important thing is going to go back to that concept of amor fati, which again is Latin for like love of fate. If you can look at every obstacle and discover the opportunity it presents, man, does life change. Because it gives you a chance, it's permission to move beyond the I'd rather. Like, I'd rather this happen, or, I wish this, and move into action. And you got to just go right to it. I teach this to the rookies, and was it last summer? JJ McCarthy on the first preseason game got injured, and he was going to be out for the season. And he posted, he tweeted afterwards, and he ended it with amor fati. And that's where I'm like, this sticks, guys. Like, it sticks. Like, those, it is pretty, cool. It is, it's true. And it's like, I don't know, like, I don't do it right all the time. None of us do.
Right.
But if we can look at, okay, I just screwed up. Now you got another chance, though, to grab the handle that holds. And seeing every opportunity like that, life gets a lot more fun.
To connect with Becky or get her book, go to BeckySchmooke.com. That's BeckySchmooke.com.
Quite the story there from her.